Greetings and welcome to seesbrain's first ever seesbrain one-offs Beyond Good and Evil. This is basically going to be a series where anyone in seesbrain who actually records. There's not many of us these days, or ever was. Anyway, we're basically just going to live stream 30 minutes to an hour of a random game whenever we feel like it, and basically give you guys an idea of what the game's like. This allows us to get through backlog quickly and have a more varied amount of content, instead of our usual comms where not everyone wants to be doing everything and it takes forever for us to actually get our shit together due to life and other things, which limits us to the amount of content we can actually do, on top of other rules of things such as no open world games, as they are far too long and we refuse to be recording a single thing for 30 sessions. I mean, theoretically, due to the formula of what's it called? Breath of the Wild, we could probably do that one, but others say I get Cyberpunk later this year. That one's going to be completely out of the question. It's going to be too long and open-ended. Because, back to my example with Breath of the Wild, we basically just get the Master Sword, run the 4 dungeons, and then beat Ganon's ass with a stick. Well, yeah. You need like 15 hearts, so basically play the game for 15 hearts, do the pain in the ass that is the Lost Forest, get the sword, do the, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. And by that time we'll have some decent gear. Also, Hyrule Castle has a lot of decent gear in it anyway. Now, a little secret that no one but us will know, I literally just recorded this for half an hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
yes, totally. But here's the thing, no one had dealt with something that I mentioned ages ago, I forgot about it, and I am also a lazy git. So, we had gotten to Black Isle, which is about where I'm expecting to get again, if not halfway through Black Isle. If not further, because faster. I mean, last time was just full of bugs and technical issues anyway, and kinda accidentally had it split into 3 parts, if it did save any of them. I mean, I've fought these DOMs faster this time than I did last time anyway.
yeah.
You know, pearls have bad breath. Don't tell the diamonds, though.
So what? Is it like clear what role Jade has in prequel now? Or is it...
The game starts before Jade's born. So, here's my theory that I said before you showed up on the last time I tried recording this. The game's gonna start off as a prequel, and then it's gonna get to a point where Jade's born, and as is said later in this game, how Paige and Jade's father take her to Hillies to escape the authorities, which I assume will be the alpha section. Wow, I did that way faster this time than I did last time. Like fucking record speeds.
Speedrun stuff, though.
Legit speedrun stats, just stand in the corner and beat its ass. Like fucking hell. Anyway. Oh, I think I didn't set the timer. Whoops. Oh well! We said 30 minutes to an hour, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just ending.
We're gonna be able to pay to get the hovercraft fixed with that.
Nah, I'll just go to when the timer beeps.
Okay, Yates.
Who knows what it's about like the Beond and Evil 2?
What was I saying about Beyond Good and Evil 2? Probably things.
About how it's like gonna start as a.
It's going to start as a prequel, and it's going to follow Jade's mother through most of the beginning of it. Halfway point, there's going to be a plot event where Jade is born, and then there's going to be a massive thing with the alpha sections. Dragged over to Hilly's, this game takes place a time skip, and then it gets back to it, and that's where I get the idea of what's going to happen with what we saw in this year's E3 trailer, where the pirate ship that probably has all of your mates on it through all the amount of time you played till that point, which I'm pretty sure is going to be at least 10 hours considering the type of game it is, or if not more, 10 to 50 hours. And then Jade just shows up with the alpha sections, wrecks shit, and is basically slaughtering all of your allies.
I'm coming to you live from the Southern Lighthouse Shelter. Here is where
But then I think that's because she's possessed by the Doms somehow. Because yes, they were defeated on Hilly's and exposed to the universe, but the alpha sections still have all of the Dom slaves they have, the Dom's creatures that they are in the first place. Probably a lot less organised, unless the end of Beyond Good and Evil 1. Yes, it's all victory and yay, but when Jade opens her eyes and has the glowing shit, she then is suddenly the Dom's leader.
Yeah.
Beyond Good and Evil 2's whole story exposed.
Guess we don't need the game to find out anymore.
Still getting the game.
Oh yeah, of course. I can imagine like have the characters you play as Beyond Good and Evil 2 doing their own stuff while the events of the first game happen, so it's not just
Well, what's been said in developer conferences is the universe is a living, always online universe.
Still no power?
On top of the story, but it's like how, say, Guild Wars or any other MMO does it, and it's got you have it your story, and you continue that by going to the plot points and whatnot. But how it's supposed to work is you are random schmuck on shithole planet in middle of nowhere, growing up in the slums or whatever, and you basically become a pizza delivery boy or whatever, and just do that job, save up some money, get your ship, start piracy, because you don't start with the mothership. You get that eventually. You're gonna be delivering pizza on your jet bike first.
That beast, for example. You take picture of it and tenga mucho units. Even your perro.
Well, here's the thing. That's just your character. So I assume there's going to be maybe 20 different voices because of the scope, I assume. I mean, it would be ludicrous too, but why not? Let's say 20 voices, male and female, that you can pick differently. They're all voice acted through all the cutscenes, plus an immaculate level of customization. I mean, playing through this game, you know you can be a pig person, you know you can be a monkey person because of what you've seen in the ads for the new game. You can definitely be a shark person. So many people are going to be shark people.
Camera ready. It's up to you
So
now,
they're just
Yates.
like chilling out in like a bar in Forest Square.
Nom nom nom.
Has there been like any like news stuff regarding like the actual gameplay?
Yes. kind of, sort of. They show the battle demo, where it was your character jumping out of a ship on top of a cargo ship that was guarded by two guys and just whacking their asses with a stick.
Careful, Jade. They seem to be keeping their distance for the time being, but we gotta hurry up and get
Still don't
that
expect
shield
this game to come out for
reactivated.
another like 3 years, to be honest.
No one does. But here's the thing. They feel like they're close enough and they have enough of a pitch to be advertising this as they are.
Fair enough, I
Okay,
guess.
Yid. I transfer the dinero to the stinking Optima service.
And every time you look at the game, it definitely looks more and more done. Like,
Yeah.
they have their scope, they have their vision, they have their engine, they have their graphics engine, which is slightly different.
Yeah, I mean, like,
They're working on it, they've got a huge ass team, they've got a community assistance team, which is basically just community working on the game. Hence why you've got the thing at the moment where you can just become a member, make some art, have it reviewed by the community. If it's good or whatever, it will end up in the game.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's,
People were bitching about that when they first saw it because they were thinking, oh, they're going to get us to make their game for us. But here's the thing. No, not really. It's a bit like in Splatoon, how randomly in maps and things you see shit off the Miiverse.
That
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Jade? We just got one of them M discs. Might be another job for Jade
We're already
Reporting
like
Company.
15 minutes ahead.
If you can read it now and give me a chance to adjust this stupid decoder player
they
that
seem
refuses
to have
to
a
obey
genuine
its
direction
master.
of what the game is.
Gotcha.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, because they didn't have like 2 or so other like versions of Beyond Good and Evil 2 that just didn't happen.
Okay.
One. And then they had a teaser saying that shit was gonna happen. And then it kinda happened, and now it's happening.
This if having completely.
I just skipped that so fast,
You
it
know
sounded like
it's
Can't go there, Jade. Smells like a trap. It's too dangerous.
Are you loco? We need some dinero to protect us from those stinking duns.
Don't you worry, Paige. Everything will be fine. If you want, I'll go alone.
No, it's just okay. We'll go together. But I'm sticking to you like bees on honey, whether you like it or not. Scudo, check over this computer and download a complete version of your OS. You'll be able to take a look at it, Jade. As for me, I'll try to get that stupid hovercraft up and running.
They just announce it way before they should, and it takes like 10 years before the game actually comes out. Like,
Oh, did you hear that Final Fantasy VII's getting a remake?
Okay, it's
yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna come out until like 2025.
No comment.
Because Square Enix just announce things way too early. It's like, what? Come on, dude. And they should have learned by now, but they haven't.
Just don't get me started on Square Enix's conference last year. Well, this year. They showed nothing.
Yeah, there's no... But even as a Kingdom Hearts fan, the trailer was just like the Microsoft.
Well, no, it was the same trailer.
Yeah.
Jade Reporting and Company needs to fill its piggy bank.
If anyone paid to see that conference live, they fucked up. I'm not even sure it was an option, but you know what I'm saying. If it was an option, then they fucked up. You know I totally want this hover ship, though. IRL.
Okay, let's go.
I guess we'd better head straight for the Mamago garage.
I love how the Mamago garage is allowed to operate, but everyone just knows it's a fucking black market.
Oh boy. Mr. Hovercraft ain't doing too good.
Gotta hold
played the
on till we
PS2
get to Mamago's. They've got what we
Yep.
need.
It's pretty much the same. This is just a clean version.
How would you like...
Well, that's it.
compare it to like
Finito.
other
Dead.
games.
Ah, stupid
like,
tugboat!
or like
Garage is only
From here
300
for, I
meters
guess.
away.
Mama go garage. You know
It was an adventure,
when your mama won't
Okay.
go. You
as compared to what I usually played, which was a mindless go shoot that thing until it stops being shootable.
what seems to be the problem. I'll go ahead and tow you to the Mama go garage. Mama go.
Guns aren't as interesting in modern video games as they used to be. And I understand if you've got a modern FPS or whatever.
Yeah.
But I want my fully automatic scatter blaster, where I can basically kill anyone in 2 seconds, but it takes up an entire clip. So it ends a 50 bullet clip in 0.2 seconds and just murders anything. That exists in Metal Arms, by
Starting
the
to
way.
smell like smoked
I
bacon in here.
like the Halo weapons, like
Take a load
before, like 4 and 5, I guess. 'Cause,
Esau.
like,
I'm gonna admit,
it's pretty-
yes, those guns feel shit,
No problem.
but here's the thing. The in concept really cool.
Well done, Yeet.
Yeah, I guess.
Like the incineration cannon, fucking hell.
Yeah. I think that's the problem with Halo 5 for me.
The radio
specifically, is
say
that
they're
the guns
gonna be
feel
another
a bit too
attack.
finished.
Don't get caught off guard.
Yeah.
They have that feel.
Like, we already had a single shot carbine, and then they gave us another single shot carbine. We already had several assault rifles. They take away the dual wieldable assault rifle, which was fucking awesome, and replace it with this it's like non-versatile piece of shit. Like, you try and use it and it just doesn't work.
I like,
Well, that three's done, so that's next.
I like the idea of where you like went on a computer and you could send in like a script.
Stick to him like glue.
I like the idea, but they did it poorly.
I don't remember exactly how.
You had to have so many arbitrary points on top of having these items which you got in packs that if you could either work hard for or pay real money for. And obviously if you paid real money, you can just save up these mega packs and then get good at the game. Okay, to be fair, yeah, get good at the game isn't as easy as it sounds, but you can have these overpowered weapons pretty damn quick. All because you spent more money than the other guy.
So it's a pay to win.
Yeah. Also, tanks are just completely useless because the maps are too small. Well, no. Scorpions are useless. Wraiths are more useful because they're smaller. But they also have less armor. And if you have a flying vehicle, you win.
Take it with us. I'm sure it'll come in handy in case we
On top of that, they removed flying vehicles from previous games, and it's presented to you as a simulation. So, why can't we have everything?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the variants. Like, here's the thing. The Hannibal variants of the vehicles make sense.
a school of blue scorpion fish. Betcha that
But all of the
ain't
different
science.
camoed warthogs and shit like that, what's the point?
Where's that black isle again?
South gate, straight ahead.
Hey, it's burning over there. The Dom's meteors cut through the shields.
We gotta be super careful,
I
Jade.
don't know.
The
Like,
attacks are
Halo 5
intensifying.
in general just kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't really know what to do. Just like,
Yeah, and the campaign's also fucked.
We really should have a look at the pedestrian
Yeah, that
district
was-
one of these days.
it's like
Whatever you want, Jade. Sounds good to
it wasn't.
me.
It's not like
Getting a bit
broken or
thirsty.
anything. It's just like.
That the way towards the hovercraft races?
I'm gonna do hovercraft races instead of going to Black Isle this time, because I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, that would be more fun for now.
Hey, rookie!
I just
Welcome
found
to
the
the
campaign
championship! The rules,
interesting.
the whips, the weak, and the wusses! Still have 3 more seconds to get the hell out of here and back to your knitting!
There were 3 levels that could have been cutscenes. And here's the thing. There is a lore channel which I used to like, but like considerably less now because our opinions just started being different. What he says about the originals, I completely agree. But then the parts that he praises about Halo 4 and 5, they're just wrong as far as I'm concerned. Basically that they're amazing adventures, the story's really well done, it's great fun to play. And then you hear what he says about 4 and 5, and it's like, oh, Halo 4 had an amazing story, you just have to play it so much that you think it's amazing. And from a lore perspective, and if you read the books, but that's the exact problem with the games. If you didn't read the books, then you don't know what the fuck's going on. You have to read all these fucking novels and watch all of these shows, and that was the big problems with it. But no, you've got to play the game 100 times on every difficulty, and read all of the books, and suck 343's dick, and then it's a good game.
I mean, I would say that I did have a decent amount of Halo 4's campaigns, like gameplay-wise, compared to 5.
Mechanically, Halo 4 is a good game. Story-wise, and what they did with them, they missed the mark with the multiplayer. And the loadouts are just a bit stupid, and they completely fucked the armor. But mechanically, it's a good game. And in Halo 5, I kinda agree with the vaulting mechanics and the movement systems. And I can deal with that. That's not a problem to me. What is a problem to me is how the campaign requires you to listen to an entire fucking podcast just to understand one character. You get introduced to these. Actually, you only know 2 out of 8 characters, and that's if you played ODST, which was reviewed poorly because it was too short in reviewers' opinions, and sold for $60 at the time. It wasn't worth it in the eyes of the consumer. I enjoyed it. And now it's like £15 as DLC for the Halo Master Chief. It's like, you just can't complain. Which Halo? Ah. Also, I've kind of clocked it 100% and done the secrets.
I like the idea of
Well, it's how it's presented to you. For Halo 1, 2, and 3, it wouldn't have worked. Like, alright, here's the argument to support my problem with Halo 5's hub level, 3 hub levels that are just pointless. Right, so you know in Halo 3, after you fight against the Flood and you're on the ship and you're flying over to the Ark. Imagine that, except you got to spend 20 minutes actually walking around on the ship talking to random people and picking other random ass Marines' noses. Does that sound like fun?
Yeah.
Well, no it doesn't, but... That's basically what you did in the frickin' in Halo 5's 3 levels.
Yeah.
They could have easily been cutscenes that actually tell you who the fuck these characters are, who they've just sprung on you for no reason.
Yeah, but
They could have literally been random ass Marines, and you would have the exact same level of connection to them. And I've gone the wrong way, which is going to lose me time.
Or to just say, oh, the game's too short. Let's make this like random like cutscene at a level just cause.
But there wasn't even a cutscene there. Well, no, there was a cutscene. There was a cutscene at a short-ass level, and then another cutscene. In something that could have literally just been one 10-20-minute cutscene.
I'm gonna be.
If you want to have a massive fucking lore dump, have a massive fucking lore dump. But here's the thing. Halo 3 ODST introduced us to all these new Marines, well, ODSTs, at the beginning of the game, and, like, this is the hard ass, this is the kind of chill sniper, this is your boss, this is the only representative who your boss dated, apparently.
Yeah, make us actually learn the characters first and foremost.
And then you are the strong silent type. You've kind of told you're the strong silent type, but yeah.
Hello,
Anyway.
Miss Jade. My employer, Mr. de Castellac, like all the
What-
inhabitants of Hillis, wish to see
The
a
beginning
Hesper.
of...
No, you know nothing about them. So.
The Alpha sections claim to be pushing.
Well, here's the thing. The beginning of ODST, it tells you who you are, who your team is, and how they will react around you. Not that you spend much time with them anyway, but yeah.
Their numbers will increase radically.
These are the guys in the game. This is the situation and the setting. Go find your team and save yourselves and get a massive instant.
Tell your boss he'll have
ODST is actually important because to save the engineer that downloads Virgil into its brain is actually a worthwhile mission. However, it's not explained in the games why it was a worthwhile mission because the games had already happened.
Right.
It just did tell us a lot of information. This is an interesting glitch we've got here.
Let's go.
Wait, oh no,
Paige was walking on the spot for no reason
find him,
when
Mr.
it should have opened the door because he was on the pressure plate.
Oh.
It's showing now. She's just freaking moonwalking.
Yeah, but like I'm.
Jade, come
I
on
think
over
about
here,
Halo
will you?
Infinity or whatever.
Now
It's one of
may
those
be a
things
good
where, like,
time to
Halo
show you
isn't
my
a
latest
series I can
invention.
trust to be
2
to
years
have a
of work
good
under
game
the
to actually
utmost secrecy.
play it.
The outcome of a life's
Like,
work.
one
My
I
little
don't
orphans,
like
the
343.
jet
bad
boots.
taste.
They run on
Five especially has
homemade
left a bad taste in my
biocarbonate.
mouth.
Here's the pocket of pressurized methane. And here, in the soles, are the 2 turbo reactors.
Like,
All
I
you
look
have
at
to
these
do
sorts
to
like
fire them up
long
is contract your
like,
abdominal
running
muscles.
along
It's the
shit, and that was it.
transportation of
So
the
I can't really-
future.
You can't really say.
I'm waiting for
We were given a teaser trailer. Oh, by the way, that lore channel I was talking about that talks about Halo lore that was praising Halo for having all of the book links that you will not understand at all in the slightest or even understand their book links. Well, you have to read the books to just know what's going on.
And there you have it.
Cool.
Ugh. And also, what? No, you are not bringing the fucking flood back. Anyway,
If you want
random
another
tangent, but...
demonstration, just let me know.
Wait, did they say they're gonna do that?
Wow. Why are you hiding that from me?
reasons I
Oh,
stopped
still
liking
have
this
some
channel.
bugs to work out.
When they were talking about Halo 5 and the story and Halo 4, it was all fine. Halo Infinite gets announced and they talk about all the books because that's what they've been talking about for the last fucking ages.
Nice one, Jay.
And then... Ugh. 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 Anyway,
Joey versus Free.
what was I saying before I lost my shit? Oh yes, they've basically been saying, oh, this is going to be the game that brings back the Flood, and oh, they're going to bring in the Banished and from Halo Wars, and oh, all this and that, and
Is Halo, is this meant to be a sequel to 5, or is like some kind of mid-quel, or what? Like too late, I don't know.
not getting into it. Because no one knows, but people are saying shit as if they know.
Una materia crystal. I will
so it's
transfer it
just like-
to the
They're being complete politicians about the whole situation. We have gotten a teaser trailer that shows Master Chief in Mark V armor on a Halo ring with a bunch of Marines.
Yeah.
Literally, what I assume that is gonna be is it's going to be a remake of Halo 1 from the ground up.
No, not equipped for that.
So why I don't understand is why they can't just tell us from the get-go. Like they say, oh, this is.
We're
this
gonna need
is
some
set
tools if
between,
we
like,
plan
this
on getting
time
through
period,
there.
Or like this is
No
a Halo
good.
1 remake, or if it is a sequel, why can't you just call it Halo 6 Infinite? Well, I didn't get.
Well, no, it's not a sequel.
No, not equipped for that. Let's go.
They just like must have too much
And they just know it. They fucked Halo. As far as I'm concerned,
Jet boots attack.
Halo 3 is the last Halo game.
Now.
Even as a recent and more casual fan compared to you, even I agree with that.
And it's not being a Bungie fanboy or anything like that. It's just Halo 4 and 5 are shit. The Halo Wars games are, well, the first one was a prequel and this one happened pretty damn recently. But,
Yeah, it just happened yesterday.
well, shut up. Lore-wise, it happens pretty recently and introduces no new characters. Here's the thing. Halo Wars and Halo Wars wasn't made by Bungie, but it was sort of monitored by Bungie. You know what I mean? Halo Wars 2 wasn't made by 343, it was made by another company, but it was monitored by 343, and they did a better job than 343.
Nice.
It's kind of what some people say about Bethesda, in how Fallout 3 isn't as good as New Vegas.
Oh yeah.
But it's like comparing sugar with brown sugar.
Get it right. Just say when, Jay.
Yes, sugar isn't as healthy as brown sugar, and might not be as good as like unpurified shit. However, that doesn't mean that it's not good. It's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is you're basically saying two different things. Well, two slight different things are so different it's unbearable, and they're almost the same thing. It's the same engine, it's just a different map and a couple new mechanics. Although I will admit the DLC is better for New Vegas than it is in Fallout 3.
Well, isn't New Vegas like considered one of the best ones?
It is.
That reminds me of the chocolate-covered squid with kiwi sauce.
Anyway, this is gonna end damn soon.
Yeah.
Because we got like 40 seconds left in. Any last thoughts about this and not Halo? Or we can talk about Fallout in a minute.
Beyond Evil 1,
We might have overdid it a little, you think?
decently, it's decent length, doesn't go on
Now
too
that's
long.
the
it's
kind of
not
animal
too-
reporting
Well, could be a bit longer.
There's plenty of completionist stuff, and it's not too difficult like other games where I've actually 100%ed the game. Oh, that's not the one.
I think it's like
At least play through it once and complete it. I'm just going to finish this battle and stop streaming and switch the game. Anyway, thank you for watching our first seesbrain one-offs. I'm going to be doing a couple more of these tonight if you're watching these live with us right now. Sorry about the bad quality of streaming. Shit I can do about that. It'll be higher quality when it's actually up as a video, because it won't be as buggy and everything will